Something that very few people seem to do, and it would serve all of us quite well, is to actually question yourself. Don't assume that you actually know what you're thinking, that what you're thinking is correct. Don't assume that you're right. Okay, it's nice to believe that you're right and you want to be right, and maybe you're highly convinced in most cases that you are right, but you still should be able to look at what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing, and ask yourself, okay, wait a second, could I be wrong? Is there any possibility I could be kidding myself? Okay, we have defense mechanisms. A couple of them are called, one is called denial, one is called projection, one is called rationalization. Okay, so denial is pretty obvious. Like, let's say you're an alcoholic and you don't want to face that reality, so you deny you're an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. Well, maybe if you try to consider the possibility that maybe you might be, and maybe the fact that there are a lot of people who care about you are telling you that you are, maybe, just maybe, you may be wrong in saying you're not an alcoholic. You may be wrong. Okay, so that's what you've got to do. You've got to question yourself and then explore it. Have the courage to explore it. Is it possible I am an alcoholic? Well, what's the criteria of being an alcoholic? Let me Google that. Let me see. Oh yeah, I guess maybe I am, and maybe I need to confront that and deal with that and accept that and get the necessary treatment. Okay, rationalization is okay. Let's say you're working hard at work and you don't get paid a lot, and uh, you decide to steal a Xerox paper and paper clips and pens and and anything else you can get your hands on, and in your mind you rationalize. Okay, you're basically stealing, but that's an unpleasant feeling. So what we do is we rationalize and we say, well, look, my boss is a slave driver. He overworks me. I'm underpaid. I'm overworked. It's not right. I'm just evening. I'm just leveling the playing field. I'm just balancing out. I'm getting what I deserve. I'm not stealing anything. I'm just getting what he should be paying me. Okay, that's rationalization. The reality of it is you're a thief. Okay, so you really need to look for the truth, not what's convenient, not what makes you feel good about yourself, but to look at the truth, because that ultimately is the ball game. Ultimately, in the long run, trying to look at the truth and not con yourself into thinking that you're doing something other than what you're doing, in the long run, it's going to serve you well to cut through rationalization, to cut through denial, and cut through projection. Projection is this other one where you see in other people all the crap that you do. And by pointing it out in other people and judging other people and attacking other people, well, you're selfish, you're greedy, you're this, you're that, you're inconsiderate. You're to a large degree. Oftentimes, it's we are the ones who are selfish and greedy and inconsiderate, but we don't want to look at that. So we see it, we project it onto other people, and we see them as the problem. They're the ones doing it, not us. Okay. So if someone says to us, you're pretty selfish, and no, I'm not. Well, maybe you should think about it and don't right out of the gate go, no. Maybe you should say, I don't believe that to be true, but I respect you. I care about you. I care about me. I'm going to take a look at this and see if maybe there's some validity, because if there is, I want to be a person of right action. I want to be a person of integrity. I want to be, I don't want to be a basket case. I don't want to have all this baggage that I'm swept under the rug. That's not the way to be the best me I can be. So yeah, thanks. I'll look at this and I'll get back to you and let you know if I think this is happening or not. And then you really honestly analyze it, look at it, consider it. If it's true, deal with it. If it's not, you go back and you say, I appreciate your input, but I really don't think that's the case. Yeah, but most people, we assume that you see it all the time on Twitter, Facebook is like someone gets a thought and they think it's a genius thought, and suddenly they're posting something, and it's like and they think they're right on the money. They think they're correct 100%. There can be no other way to look at this. And there are other ways to look at it, and they make themselves look really foolish and petty and small and stupid and ignorant. Even really bright people can look incredibly ignorant and foolish because they're impulsive and reckless. They don't think, and they assume, even smart people, and they assume that every thought they have like makes sense, is reasonable, is appropriate, and they think they understand their own motivation for doing it. Most of the people out there these days who, for example, in my opinion, there's plenty of reasons that you might want to attack Donald Trump, the President Trump, but there's a lot of people out there who, no, the main reason why they want to attack him publicly is because they want attention. They want to get some coverage. They know that if they are very vocal and visual, people see and hear them doing this, that they're going to gain brownie points from all their fans or other people, whatever. It'll be good for their business. Trashing Trump is good for a lot of businesses. It's great for late night TV. It's great for a lot of things to bash the guy. But is it right? Maybe we should think about our motivations and think, okay, if the bashing, if the shoe fits, great. But if you are contorting reality in order to bash so that you can look good and score some brownie points from the universe, you're not serving anybody well. In general, by the way, I am so sad that everybody has to pick on everybody. People have to pick on Trump. People have to pick on Hillary and tear her apart. God knows she's pathetic. It's sad. After getting beat up so bad, she's on her revenge tour. It's sad. So I don't want to pick on her. I don't. I don't need to tear her apart anymore. I don't think anyone really needs to anymore. This somehow or other, this was important for her for closure, I guess. And my feeling is let her have her say, and it doesn't matter if you like her or don't like her. We don't have to get into this whole Twitterverse of judgment and attack, not on her, not on him. I'm sick of it on everybody. Can we just turn down the volume on all of our judgments and attacks and assaults and shaming and blaming and bullying and attacking, and it's not serving anybody well. Back decades ago, can't we all just get along? Was that Rodney King? Oh man, oh man. It's so easy. Your first thought is to, believe it or not, most of our first thoughts when we see something, we see if it aligns with our biases, with our belief systems or not, and we have our radar up to see what aligns with our belief systems and what goes against it. And as soon as we get a hint, a sniff that something goes against our belief systems or our best interests, boom, we attack, boom, judgment, boom, attack, boom, bully, boom, shame, boom. It's no good. It's no good for the universe. There are better ways to express your displeasure. There are better ways to deal with this. Constant attacking and assaulting each other emotionally and verbally is bad role modeling for our children, and it's bad problem and conflict resolution. It's completely childish. We are childish in all of the bickering and fighting and attacking and and if Trump doesn't dot his I, he's a racist. It's all so crazy and insane and hysterical, and we got to bring down the volume, and we need leaders. We need leaders who will do that, but I don't know where they are.